The best step I've ever experienced so far is from a player. That was my player. That player, I had built trust in him. He was
Yes.
my defender. I trained him from October, November, December, and I prepared him for the league. The name was Zoma. I think you know Zoma was my center back. I trained him well. And
Hello everyone, welcome to our exclusive interview. Today I'm joined by Coach Wale from Green Mind FC, where passion meets football and great results. Good afternoon, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you so much.
Fantastic.
Yes. Other people out there who don't know what's your name, what's your age, so please let them know what's your name, age, and what motivated you to become a coach.
Okay. My name is Walter. That's where Coach Wale comes from. The shortcut of Walter.
Yes.
And okay. On the age, you can just know I'm below 30 and old enough to lead Green Mind FC.
Oh my God! Wow!
To the greatest, and also even to lead the Warriors to the AFCON championship.
Yes.
So for me to become a coach, it's a passion for soccer. You know, I wanted to be a player when I was growing up, but I didn't have the opportunities. I grew up in deep rural areas where we just played great football in the bushes, but we never had the opportunity to go even to the academies and so on.
Yes.
But when I got the chance to come to Cape Town, to town where I started seeing some better things, I was now too old for me to start follow playing soccer and so on. So I decided the better option was to coach instead of playing.
Yes, that's lovely.
Yeah.
So what made you lead Green Mind FC? What made you say no? Let me take a part and let me lead Green Mind FC as a coach.
Yes.
Yeah, because I see great opportunity in Green Mind FC. I see Green Mind FC going far. Green Mind FC is a great club. That's why I said with my knowledge, I trust myself. I can lead this club to somewhere. I can change this club. I can shift the levels of this club. That's what made me lead Green Mind FC. Because it's a special group of club. It's a family on its own. So it's great for me to lead it.
Ah, lovely.
Perfect.
That's very nice. How long have you been a coach?
I think just I started coaching. I think it's been 1 month now. But as you know now in Green Mind FC, we just played one game of the second round of the season, which means the whole first half of the season I was not the coach. So which means I started coaching the team on the preseason when I was preparing the boys, doing the signings. So officially leading the team to the official league matches I started this year. So I have only played one match, the one that we won 6-1.
Yes. Like we all know, working in that kind of field is not easy. What are the challenges that you have faced so far coaching Green Mind FC?
Okay, the challenges I've faced so far coaching Green Mind FC.
Yes.
Okay, mostly is the availability of players on training days. As you know, here in Cape Town, most of these boys that play, they came here looking for greener pastures. They came here for work.
Yes.
So remember, we do trainings during the week. So we understand sometimes the boys will be busy at work. Some they can't make it. Of which you know, the match started the training. That's where I build my formation. That's where I mold my players. So it's always difficult to try and build the formations with only 7 players. And yet on Sunday you've got a squad of 30 players. I think that's the main challenge I'm facing coaching Green Mind FC.
Yes.
How do you maintain your relationship with the players when it comes to football versus personal life?
Okay, so what I can say is like with my players, if we are outside the pitch, let's say we are at home or we meet at mall, we meet in somewhere else, we meet at work, we are friends. We can do anything, we can talk, we can laugh. But when it comes to the match day, when we are at the field, the moment we arrive at the field, everything changes. Because there we are now at work and we don't play at work. We don't joke at work. We work. So I think now my players, they understand now. I think now they are able now to differentiate Coach Wale at home and Coach Wale at the field. Because playing soccer is like working at the construction site. You know, when you are working at the construction site, if you see the wall falling, you don't talk nicely and say, Look, the wall is falling. You talk aggressively, say, look, the wall is falling, which means it's a serious what? Business.
Yeah.
So they know now the Baba Wale you see at home is different from the Coach Wale you see at the what?
At the field.
At the field. So if I shout you in the field, it doesn't mean I hate you.
Yes.
Yes.
But it means we are doing what? Business. It's serious business.
Yes.
Like you said, the season did not start not so long ago. So I want to ask you this. What is your best highlight so far in this season and why?
Okay, obviously I've played one match. So my best highlight is last week's match where we won 6-1. That was a good match because why? The boys did exactly what I told them to do. Everyone played according to my plan, according to my tactics. So I see a great future. I see us doing, of which we haven't clicked. Even the players have got about more than 13 new signings. They clicked so well. They did all I asked them to do. So I think that will be the day I will never forget. Last week's match was we won with a great match.
That's very nice. So what makes Green Mind special from the rest of the teams in the league?
Okay, so I think what makes Greenmind special from the rest of the teams in the league, I think you can all witness, guys. Greenmind is different, totally different. Greenmind management, they treat everything professional. Even though we are playing in a social league, even though we are a social club, we are still a social club, but they try the management, everyone, even the players, they are cooperating. They treat everything professional. If you can see how they dress, how they listen to the coach, you see the videos that go when the coach is talking, everyone listens, they all listen attentively. So but if you compare with other teams, there's no such order.
Yes.
You can only see that order at Greenmind FC. So I think that only can make it very special as compared to other teams.
Yes. As a coach, not all the players will genuinely like you. Have you ever experienced a backstab so far from one of your players you had a vision for, and what did they do, if you have?
Okay, like I said, I started leading this team on the preseason. I think last year around October, November, December.
Yes.
So the best step I've ever experienced so far is from a player. That was my player. That player, I had built trust in him. He was my defender. I trained him from October, November, December, and I prepared him for the league. The name was Zoma. I think you know Zoma was my center back. I trained him well. And then 1 week before we start the league, he quit. He did quit the squad. And I was so disappointed. I don't want to lie. Because I was now, my formation, you know, as a coach, you training your squad, you preparing your squad, you already have the formations in the mind. You already know that I have Zoma there and the option this, if Zoma is not there, and then all of a sudden the player comes and say, Coach, I quit.
Did he tell you the reason why he quitted?
He just told me he's going to stop playing for now. That was his reason. I don't know if he have got other reasons. I think that was the biggest backstep I faced so far.
Yes, I totally understand. What is one thing you wish your players would do that will not only be good for the team, but good for them?
Okay, if you follow us closely, the one thing I always emphasize to my players that I wish everyone will follow is for them to be disciplined. Discipline now, we try to teach them discipline at the field, but that discipline will not help them only at the field. It will help them also in their personal life. But in life, in the journey of life on its own, besides football, it requires discipline.
Yes.
You require discipline with money. You require discipline without money. You require discipline at work. You require discipline if you are married. If you are married in your house. So that's why they know my players. No matter how good you are, if you are not disciplined, you don't play. That's the most thing I value most in my squad. So discipline is the first thing. Before you play, discipline is the key at Green Mind.
Yes. So, as a new coach, you're experiencing new stuff and you are seeing new things in the team that you might not have seen before. But also, there is a feud because when you become a new coach, you are being replaced by the former coach.
No.
Have you ever been in a bad position with the former coach And if you have been, what was the reason?
No, I've never been.
Okay, lovely. There's a video of you trending at Soccer 24 Zimbabwe.
Yes.
How do you feel people liking the way you coached your players on the first game of the season? How do you take in the comments that they've been commenting? What's your take in on that?
Okay, to be honest, it feels so great to see that other people outside there, they are seeing your work, they are seeing what you are doing. Yes, I see in the comment section, some are commenting negatively, some are commenting positive, but all the comments, I value them. A good
Yes,
comment, a positive comment, it helps me. A negative comment also what helps
helps
me.
you.
So I'm really grateful, and shout out to the fans, shout out to Soccer 24 Zimbabwe for posting us, for sharing our posts, for appreciating what you are doing. I'm really
Yes,
grateful for that.
lovely. But on that video,
Do you understand, Yash? Hey, no one shoot on a border. Every time you get 5 chances on a border edge of the box, but you don't want to shoot. So as much as you get that, I will not cards. I will not be really serious. I don't know every day. So much as you get that.
it seems like you are getting personal with Nyasha, one of the Greenman players. What's your relationship like with him, and who is he to you? Like, what's your relationship outside football and inside football? People want to know because they thought you were being too aggressive or you were being personal with him. Can you please explain that?
Okay, what I can say is like Nyasha. Uh, okay, I've got a lot of my favorite players at Green Mind, but
Yes,
Nyasha is one of them. Why I? It's not the first time I get so personal with Nyash. I can't call it personal as such because it's the soccer jargon where we
yes,
talk. But why I'm always strict with Nyasha is because I see potential. Nyasha is a young boy. We have got potential. We have got everything. We have got the ability. So you see, as your coach, you can see the player. You can know this player is capable of doing something. But if that player now is not doing that something he is capable of, you find the way to provoke that monster in them, to provoke that capability in them, so that if you see on that video, on that match, you see what Nyasha did now, he scored a brace.
yes.
So which means I've found a way now